Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's Damron. I'm playing the Lego Harry Potter collection, which was a compilation of two older games that came out on the 360, years 1 through 4 and years 5 through 7. We're grabbing all the collectibles in this game. In this particular video, we're covering the Hogwarts and Hogsmeade section, kind of the open world sections or hub sections of years 5 through 7. So if you're following along, you should have completed all your story missions, gotten your crest, students in peril, and student tokens from the missions, and now we're going to kind of start the open world area. So the first thing, again, we're going to do this after we beat the game, and in the first area, the leaky cauldron where you spawn, the first thing you're going to want to do is interact with this cauldron here, and you're going to be able to want to change your character. Until you do this for the first time, it kind of locks you in as Harry, Ron, and Hermione. So you're going to want to do this, and after you do this for the first time, you'll actually be able to select several characters that you can bring with you. And what you want to do is be able to have everything you may need. So you need dark magic, right? You need a key character, very strong characters. You're going to need kind of always bring Harry, Hermione, and Ron. They bring a lot to the table, but bring all of those things, right? Very strong. All of those things you're going to need throughout grabbing all the collectibles in this open world section. So let's go ahead and get started. Again, we're doing the Hogwarts and Hogsmeade sections of years 5 through 7. So you're going to want to take the train 9 3/4 to get over there, and where that's going to bring you and where we're going to start out is at Hogsmeade Station. So one of the things I want to point out is that we'll have everything kind of time linked in the comments, or time stamped in the comments and description. So if there's any particular thing that you're looking for, you can go there and check that out. It's kind of a little hard to do that for things like the red, the gold bricks and the students in peril. But if there's a specific character token you're missing, you can clearly do it that way. But let's go ahead and get started. So in Hogsmeade, the first thing that we're going to be getting is our first character token of this collectible guide, and that is going to be the station guard. To get that, you need to light the 5 kind of light posts with these torches that are in this train section. So the first 2 are right to the left and right of the Hogsmeade sign. I've already kind of did 5. That was my 5th. I'll show you where the other 3 are, though. Just to the right is the one right in front of the ghost character. You can see that right here. And the other 2 are on the right hand side, one right here and one kind of the back behind the pink Hermione base plate there. So light all 5 of those to get that character token. Next, we're going to grab the gold brick in this area. We just need to use Wingardium Leviosa on the clock face that's above the archway here, which will fall down and break and give you the golden brick. Once you've grabbed that, now head to the left, and there is a chest that's kind of behind this animal tube that you can shoot with Reducto, and that will reveal the piece that you can place in this broken tubing. And once you've done that, now we need to use a character that has an animal like Hermione who can bring out Crookshanks. You can also bring Fang with you, or whichever character has an animal. Use that tubing and it will knock out this broom that you can now hop on and ride that to get onto the roof of the building, and on the roof is our next character token. Alright, so head back down to the main platform of this train area and head to the right hand side. There's a pink base plate that we can interact with Hermione. Using that is going to spawn a silver elephant that you can shoot, or pig, I don't even know, that you can shoot with Reducto. When you shoot it, now you'll have some pieces that you can interact with and put into this machine on the right hand side, which will spew out our student that is just folded up in there. Luckily he's okay, but now he is rescued and can go back home. Alright, next up we need to switch to a character that has dark magic, and we're going to head to the left hand side of the train platform now, and there's a lock on the Hogsmeade sign that you can interact with dark magic. Once you've done that, now you can actually shoot the sign and it will spin around and will give you the red brick that we can now pick up. Now every time you pick these up, you need to bring these to a owl. It's usually very close by. I'll show you where all they are, but the owl will fly away and it's unlocked. Now you haven't actually unlocked it, aka you can't use it yet until you go back to the leaky cauldron and actually purchase it from the second floor there, but you have now unlocked it. So now that we've gotten that, we're going to continue on, which will just go under the pathway here, and we're going to be into the kind of path to Hogwarts is what I'm going to call it. A lot of the things aren't really labeled, but this can lead us to Hogwarts, and it can also lead us to Hogsmeade. So the first thing that we're going to do on this path, we're going to head forward all the way till you'll see a lock on the left hand side that you can shoot with Reducto. When you shoot that, that's going to allow you to kind of go out onto this dock, which will take you to a separate screen, but it's just a small little pond or a lake right in the middle of which is our next character token. After you've grabbed that character token, now just kind of hop on one of these kind of dragon rafts and it will spawn a path of Lego studs that you can follow. Just follow that path of Lego studs, and when you get to the end, the golden brick will spawn for you to pick up. After we've grabbed that golden brick, now just hop back out and head back to the path to Hogwarts and hang a left. And you're going to see on the left hand side, just before this entryway, there's a small chest that is covered in vines. Use Lumisolon on that and it will spew out the student in peril who we've now rescued. Now that we've rescued that character, we're going to head towards Hogsmeade, so kind of head back the direction you came, up until where the road kind of forks. This time we're going to hang a right, and we're going to take this path, and it's going to be the Hogsmeade path, which will lead us to Hogsmeade. So when we get here, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to shoot the lock off of the barrel on the left-hand side with Reducto. When we shoot that lock, now we need to shoot the barrel one more time, and you will free a student in peril who is inside the barrel. After you've rescued that student in peril, just shoot that barrel a couple more times, or just one more time. We're not done shooting it yet. Shoot it until it's destroyed, and that will unlock your next character token. To the right hand side, you're going to see a wheelbarrow that you can shoot a couple times. Just keep shooting it until it is destroyed, and once it's fully destroyed, the next character token will spawn right here for you to pick up. Now we're going to grab our golden brick. We need to switch to a very strong character, and we're going to head just straight up the path. And when you get to the end of the path, there'll be a orange handle that we can interact with a very strong character to break that chest and release the golden brick for you to grab. After we pick that up, now we're going to kind of continue along this path here. So go back to this intersection, and we're going to continue on to the right hand side. You're going to come to a tree that has a lot of snow and ice on it. You need to use Wingardium Leviosa to bring that out of the ground, and it'll kind of break all the snow and ice off. After it's done that, then you can just shoot it with any spell, and your character token will spawn right there for you to grab. Alright, now we need to switch to a character that has a Deluminator, so kind of always bring Ron with us. But we're going to get our red brick in this area, head back to the initial intersection, and we're going to use our Deluminator to grab the light off of this lamppost that's hanging right there on the wall. And now we're going to take this back to the right hand side, all the way to the top of the screen. You can see we can put it on this little lamppost, which will subsequently melt the ice around our red brick, which we can pick up. Now unfortunately, we got to walk this all the way back to the initial intersection again, so we're walking back and forth. But nonetheless, just give that red brick to the owl, he'll fly off, and that'll be our ×6 red brick, which is a really nice one. If you want to go activate these to kind of increase your studs as we're doing these, feel free. So let's get moving on. So that's all the areas kind of on the path to Hogsmeade. So now we're going to head to Hogsmeade itself. So head to the right hand side and follow that kind of southern path, and that's going to lead into Hogsmeade. So when we get here, the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab a golden brick, which is on the right hand side. So just take the path and you'll see this safe here. So we need to use a character that has a key to just open up that safe, and inside is our golden brick. On top of the safe that we just opened, you can probably see the character token just hanging up there. So just hop on top of the safe, and then you can jump up and grab that character token. Now we need to use a character that has the digging ability. Again, I'm always having Hermione with me, so I always use Crookshanks, but anybody that has a dig ability, head to the central portion and dig on the left hand side. When you dig that up, that will spawn a character token for you to pick up. Similarly, again in the same area, you can see it just to the right is another dig spot, which is another character token. So basically just dig up both of those dig spots to get both of those character tokens. Alright, so just head straight back into the kind of the main building that's right here. You'll see 7 icicles that are hanging in front of the doorway. One's all the way at the top and then kind of 6 around. Just shoot all of those with Wingardium Leviosa. You don't have to use Reducto, you can use anything on them. So shoot all 7 of those icicles, and once you do, the character token will spawn right in the doorway for you to pick up. From that archway, just hang a left. We're going to go up the path. You'll see a wheelbarrow or a cart here that's just down. Just shoot that until it's completely destroyed. And once it's completely destroyed, the next character token will spawn right here for you to pick up. Now we're going to grab our student in peril, so we need to switch to Ron here because we need to use his Deluminator. So head to the left hand side of the screen, kind of up on the path up this railing here, so you can pick up that light from that light post. And now we're going to take that all the way to the right hand side. You can probably see the student in peril locked in the ice right there. So take that light over there, put that above his head, which will break the ice and free that student in peril. All right, we're going to grab the red brick in this area. We need to grab these Spectro Specs. We're right here at the central portion of this intersection at Hogsmeade, so go ahead and pick those up. And now if we head all the way kind of right from the path that brought us here all the way to the left-hand side, you're going to find some invisible Lego bricks that we can build a snowman. You're going to build that snowman. He's going to dance a little bit. He's eventually going to give you that red brick. And once we pick up that red brick, now we need to take that all the way back up the path here, kind of at the central intersection, and give that to the owl here. He will fly off and unlock that for you to buy at, again, you got to buy these from the Leaky Cauldron to actually unlock them. So now head back to the path to Hogwarts, so kind of go all the way back now, and now we're actually going to start heading into Hogwarts, the School of Wizardry and Witchcraft itself. So continue on the path, and we're going to go through this large kind of walkway here, and we're still kind of on the path. The first thing that we're going to do is get our next character token. As you're walking up this path, you should see a dig spot right here. So again, let's get Crookshanks out. We're going to dig that up, and that's actually going to dig up a bunch of Lego pieces. I don't really know why there's so many. You don't actually have to make a specific structure here. You can just do whatever you want to do, however you want to build it, but just make it so you can jump up on this ledge here. So you can literally just use the orange one if you want, jump up on this ledge and grab that character token. Once you've picked that up, now we're going to pick up another character token. We're going to head to the left-hand side just from where we were with a very strong character and break that orange handle, and that's going to reveal a character token right here for you to pick up. Now we need to switch back to Hermione because we're going to continue left, and you'll see a pink base plate that we can use with Hermione's bag. That's going to, spawn a scarecrow kind of in these carrots that you can actually now go up to and use Wingardium Leviosa. With that, is going to spawn the red brick right here for us to pick up. You can see just north of us is the owl that we need to give that to. So give that to him. That's going to give us the score 8 red brick. Again, a very nice one if you still need a lot of studs to unlock things. Alright, so from where we are, we're going to progress on through into the next area, which we're going to call the side courtyard. Again, a lot of these things aren't named, but this is just kind of heading into Hogwarts. So right here in this small little area, you'll see this tree on the right-hand side that you can shoot with Defendo, and that's going to allow you to kind of pull the red brick out of the tree, and now we can carry that over to the owl in this section, and he'll fly off. Again, as always, he's just to the left, and that will unlock the red brick for us. Alright, from that owl stand, let's switch to Ron so we can use his Deluminator spell. You can see it right there above the doorway, right on the northern side of this small courtyard here. So grab that. Now we're going to head to the back right, and there's going to be a student who is being attacked by a bunch of lightning bugs. So let's put the light on the light post right here, and that's going to attract the bugs away from him, freeing him and unlocking your next student in peril. Alright, so moving on from where we collected that student in peril, just continue through the next archway, and that's going to bring us to the Clock Tower Courtyard. Now, after level 8-2, you come here, and I've already done it because this character token's right here, but there's going to be 3 teachers that are around this courtyard, and you're going to have to give them items that you can find in the courtyard. And after you give all those teachers the items, that will spawn the character token right here for you to pick up. So again, I already gave the teachers the items after level 8.2. So the next thing that we're going to get is our gold brick. You can see the Weasley box on the right hand side. You can use any Weasley character to interact with this, but we're going to use Ron. It's going to give us a green parcel that we can shake out. So you go ahead and do that, and that's going to spawn now a vine that we can climb. You can actually see the golden brick up on the roof up there. So once you can now climb up this vine that is spawned for us and grab that golden brick. Alright, so moving on, after that golden brick, we're going to head back down into the courtyard. We're going to head to the left-hand side, and we're going to go through the entryway over here. That's going to lead to the Herbology field. We're going to grab a couple things out here. So go to this section, and the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to head to the left-hand side. You're going to see a student in peril up there getting shot with Augmenti, so we are going to do that to the bully who is bullying him. So we're going to bully the bully here, so use Augmenti on him, and that will free the student in peril. Now we're going to grab the next character token, so still using the Augmenti spell. Right beside that student in peril, you'll see some brown kind of plant that you can use the Augmenti spell on. When you do kind of fulfill that meter with Augmenti, it will spawn a flower. Now just shoot that flower with any spell, and when you shoot the top of the flower at the blue kind of flowerish part, it will spawn the character token for you to pick up. Now we're going to grab our next golden brick, so head to the right hand side of this herbology field and you'll see some vines that you can interact with dark magic. Simply break those with dark magic and that'll spawn the golden brick right there. So go ahead and pick that up, and that's everything in this little field area. So from that golden brick we're going to actually head into the Hogwarts greenhouse. So once we get into the Hogwarts greenhouse, the first thing we're going to do is head to the back of the room. You'll see a large defendo wall, and we're going to grab our next golden brick by kind of using the defendo wall, which will spawn a vacuum. So go ahead and build that, and now we can actually hop on the vacuum. Now this is kind of hard to see, but essentially just ride the vacuum up and down the central portion of the greenhouse, because as you're going up the dirt, you're kind of like almost vacuuming carrots out of the ground. So just kind of go up until you eventually suck up all 5, and when you get all 5 you can hop out and the golden brick will be right in the middle of the greenhouse. So after we've grabbed that, now we want to switch and go to the back room here that we blew up with the defendo wall. And back there, kind of a little bit hard to see, is a cabinet that we can use dark magic on to explode and spawn our next character token. Now we're going to switch to Hermione and interact with this pink base plate that's in that same room that we just kind of blew up that cabinet. And when you do, it's going to spawn a cactus-like plant, and we can use the broken portions of the pink base plate to create little platforms on the top that you can now jump up and grab our next character token. Still in the greenhouse, we're going to grab our next student in peril. So just kind of head to the left hand side of the room and you'll see a small container that you can interact with Augmenti. So go ahead and fill that up, and once you fill it up you can use Wingardium Leviosa to dump it into this small plant, which will give it the life that it needs to release the student in peril that he's been holding on to for who knows how long. So once you do that, you will free your next student in peril. Alright, so moving on, head back to the clockwork kind of courtyard, but this time we're going to head to the right hand side. So head back through the herbology field and head to the right hand side, and we're going to kind of be in this outer Hogwarts hallway section here. And so just kind of progress around to the right, and when it opens up into a small grass, smaller courtyard, what we're looking for are these small brown things that look like they need to be watered on the columns of these broken kind of archways. So use Augmenti on all 4 of those, and what you're doing is spawning small flower heads, and as you spawn all 4 of them, now you will be able to subsequently destroy them the only Lego way. Build it and then break it. So go ahead and spawn all 4 flowers, and now use Wingardium Leviosa or whatever spell you want to destroy the flowers that you just built, and after you destroy all 4 of them, the character token will spawn for you to pick up. Alright, progressing on, we're going to keep going to the right hand side, and we're going to go through this archway, and this is going to lead us into the outside Hogwarts area. You're going to cross over this bridge, and we're going to be in this open area next to Hagrid's house, next to the Quidditch fields and the lakes. So this is the outer Hogwarts area. So when you get out here, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to save our next student in peril. So just continue to the right hand side, and just to the left of Hagrid's hut you will see a student in peril that is wrapped up in vines. So use Luma Solum on him to free him and get our next student in peril. Next up is our next golden brick, so we're going to head into Hagrid's kind of garden area. So go ahead and head in there, and you'll see a small chest that can be interacted with a very strong character. So use a very strong character on that orange handle to break this chest and spawn your next golden brick. Still in Hagrid's garden area, we're going to switch to Hermione and interact with this pink base plate that you can see right here in front of the scarecrow. That's going to spawn a flying pumpkin of all things, and we're going to be able to use this flying pumpkin to fly up to the next character token that will spawn, as well as a path of Lego studs to follow and get to it. So fly up there and grab that next character token. So head back down to the ground, so we're still in the same area, and in the entrance that we came up with, we're going to grab some Spectrospecs from that dispenser right there, and right in front of it are some invisible pieces that we can now build a rock-like structure. And once you build that, now the red brick will also be right in front of it, so you can pick that up and take that to the owl that is just to the left of the entryway, who will of course fly it away and unlock it for you. Still on this kind of top of the hill in this outer Hogwarts area, we're going to switch to our Augmenti spell, and you'll see some brown plants that are covering one of the rock-like structures similar to the one we just pulled out of the ground. And once you kind of clear all those up with Augmenti, you can grab your next character token. So now we're going to head to the Quidditch pitch. We do need to do something to unlock it, so we're going to need to switch to Ron and use Deluminator to grab the light off this light post that's in the entryway. So go ahead and grab that, and we're going to head towards the Quidditch pitch, which is down the path here, and you can use the Deluminator to put the light on top of it, which will unlock us and our ability to go inside. Now this isn't a free walking area. You'll be flying around, and you'll only get one chance to grab them all, and if you miss any, you'll have to come and do this section again. So when you're in here though, you can grab them all pretty easily. The first one, you want to kind of hang to the left where the Lego studs kind of split a little bit, and that'll be your first character token. And then we're going to keep this all in one playthrough. You're going to dive into the stands of the Quidditch field. So once you go underground, just kind of hold your stick to the right hand side, and as long as you stick to the right, you'll grab your next character token and your next golden brick in that section. They're both to the right. So when you come back out, you're going to fly a little bit again, and when you come here, when it kind of splits a little bit, you can kind of go down or up, stay down, and you can grab that character token. Now if you miss any of them, you can just come right back into the Quidditch pitch, so it's no problem, but you can't, you know, start half of it, so you're gonna have to do that whole section if you missed one. But again, they're not too hard to grab. You should be able to get them pretty easily. Now the only other thing I'll mention is, you know, after you finish that kind of Quidditch pitch scene, it may lock you into Harry, Ron, and Hermione again, so you may need to use a cauldron. There's one in this outer area that you can use. But nonetheless, we're going to head to the Thestral Florist. So you saw where I went to the right of Hagrid's hut there. So we're going to head kind of behind his house. And as soon as we get in here, we can ride a Thestral. And right above where he's standing, you can just hop in and fly up, is our next golden brick to pick up. Now we need to switch to a character that has dark magic, so just continuing left just a little bit, you'll see this kind of rubble of red and black rocks. We can interact with dark magic, so use that, and that's going to spawn the red brick for us to pick up, which we're going to carry across this wooden bridge here. Now we're going to have to drop it and destroy this plant that's kind of in the way of this open log here. And when you destroy that plant, now you can carry the red brick through the log and to the owl, who will now collect it for you. Keeping our dark magic character out, let's just head back into the log, but now we're going to head towards the screen and kind of drop off, and you'll see a boulder that you can interact with dark magic. Once you interact with that, you can jump on what is there, and it will kind of be a pressure point that will spawn the second kind of boulder in this mud, that now you can jump across and get this character token, as well as getting across that mud. But before we do that, let's go back to where we just were. There's also a dig spot, so we're going to switch to our dig character. So let's get out Crookshanks, dig up that dig spot. That's going to dig up a chest for us that we can now shoot. So just shoot the chest with any spell, and that's going to release our next character token. Now we're gonna go over that kind of sinking mud. I don't even know what that is, but don't get in it. It will suck you down. So go ahead and jump across that now. And once you get across it, head up this path right here, and there's gonna be a small little pond. Just go to the other side of that, and you'll see a student in peril locked behind some leaves. There'll also be some vines here that you're gonna have to use Lumis Solum to remove, but I already removed those. Once you remove those, you can use Wingardium Leviosa to remove the branches, and now that student in peril will be freed. Alright, so for the last collectible kind of in this area, we're going to hop back down, head all the way to the left-hand side. You'll see a tree with some cross branches. Just use Wingardium Leviosa on that to uncross them and spawn the character token in the tree trunk for you to grab. Alright, so we're going to head back to the outer Hogwarts area. So here we are outside of Hagrid's hut here. So head back over here, and now we're going to head to the lake. So to get to the lake, we're just going to head back up the path, and now we're going to take the path that kind of leads towards the screen, and then back to the right. And what that's going to lead you to is a pink base plate that you're going to need to interact with Hermione. So use her and interact, and that's going to give us the piece that we need to interact with this gate and allow us to go down the staircase to the lake. So put that on, the bell will ring, and now we can progress on to the lake. So as soon as you go through, it's going to put you at the top of a staircase leading to the lake, and at the very top of the staircase is a silver statue that we can break with Reducto. So shoot that, and it's going to be the score times 10 red brick. Awesome red brick if you want to get your stud count up again, if you want to go back and activate these from the leaky cauldron. But just head down the next flight of stairs, give that to the owl, and that will unlock the score times 10 for you to pick up. Now we're going to switch to a character that has the key ability. We're going to head down 2 more flights of stairs, and you'll see a safe right here. So use a character that has the key ability to unlock that vault, and that'll give you your next character token. Continuing down the staircase, now we want to switch to a character that is very strong. So get out Dudley or Hagrid or whoever you're bringing. Head all the way down to the bottom of the staircase to the lake itself. And right next to the staircase is a small chest that you can use a very strong character to break and get your next character token. Still down here, we're going to get our next golden brick. We're going to switch to Hermione, and we can interact with this small pink base plate that's sitting right here. And that's going to build us our favorite thing, our bouncy mushroom. So jump on that bouncy mushroom, and that's where we're going to get our next golden brick. Still down here, we're going to grab our next student in peril. We're going to need a character that has dark magic, so we're going to switch to a character that has that, and head to the right hand side, and you'll see some black and red vines that you can interact with dark magic and free your student in peril who is stuck behind them. Alright, so we've kind of finished our outer kind of Hogwarts area, so head back across the wooden bridge, and we're going to start heading and kind of clearing out the Hogwarts School of Wizardry and Witchcraft itself. So head back across this small courtyard, and as we were in this small outer hallway, now what we're going to do, as we take a left right here, we're going to go up this stairwell right here, and now this is going to put us into the main lobby of Hogwarts. And so this is the main lobby, and there's a few things to get here. The first thing we're going to be grabbing is a golden brick, and the golden brick requires us to light 6 torches in the main lobby. 2 of them are on the right hand side, so right here you just need to use Wingardium Leviosa in order to light those torches. So get those 2. There's 1 on the wall on the right hand stairwell that's leading up to the 2nd floor. There's 2 on the wall on the 2nd floor on the back, and the 6th and final one is on the left staircase. And once you light all of those, the golden brick will spawn in the middle of the room, so just head down there and pick that up. On the left side of the main lobby is a silver statue. There's also a sword that's sitting on the wall. You can use Wingardium Leviosa to give the sword to the statue. He'll do a little dance for you with the sword. He'll be thankful, and as a thank you, he will give you your next character token. Alright, staying in the main lobby, we're going to get our next student in peril. So head over to the right hand side, you'll see a statue with a red feather in the helmet. Just use Wingardium Leviosa on that, and the statue will start grabbing for the feather, and it will fall over and break and release our next student in peril. Alright, so we're going to head into the Hogwarts library. So from that student in peril, we're going to head up the stairwell to the left. So go all the way up here. If you are having trouble getting up here, you do need to use Augmenti on that weight right here to unlock this gate. But when you do, you're going to be inside Hogwarts library, and the first thing that we're going to be getting is a golden brick. We're going to have to do quite a bit of things here. The first of which is using Wingardium Leviosa on the book to put it in the bookcase right there. The second book that we need to be able to free to put back in its bookcase is above this one right here. You need to use the broom on the spider web in order to knock it down and then place it into the bookcase. Then we're going to head to the right a little bit. We're going to use Wingardium Leviosa to finish the animal tubing right here. And then we're going to whip out Crookshanks, who's going to head up the tubing and knock the third book out for us. And now we can use Wingardium Leviosa to place that into the bookcase that's right here. Now we're going to head to the right hand side. There's going to be a thing right here, a little trolley that we need to build with our Wingardium Leviosa. build that, and it's going to put a yellow book on top of it that we can use Wingardium Leviosa to put on the bookcase to the right. So that's 4 of 5. Our fifth and final one, we're going to need to use the book cabinet that's on the back of this room here, and when we use that book cabinet, it's actually going to spawn a small glass lid. So the bookcase is going to kind of spew that out, and once it kind of spews the glass lid on the ground, just walk up to it and just shoot it. You can shoot it with any spell, Wingardium Leviosa, whatever, and when you shoot it, it's going to make it just grow substantially, and now you can use Wingardium Leviosa to cover the music player, and the lady is going to be, thank God that was bothering me for so long, and she was unable to turn it off, and she's going to thank you with the fifth and final book that you can place in this bookcase and reward you with your next golden brick. Alright, from that golden brick, now we're going to interact with this pink base plate that's right beside that fifth bookcase we just used, and that's going to spawn a small little pool that we can fill up with water with our Augmenti spell. And when you fill that up, that's going to allow the character who is stuck above us on the chandelier to jump to safety and unlock our next student in peril. Alright, after we've rescued that student in peril, now we need to switch to a character that has dark magic. Let's head back to the left a little bit where this dark black chest is, and we need to use dark magic on that to spawn some pieces that we can use to build a fan. Now that we've built that fan, we can use that to fly up and grab the character token that was previously unreachable. Alright, so for our next character token, you are going to need a character that is of the Ravenclaw house. So if you have Padma or Luna Lovegood, you have those if you've been following this guide, but you need a Ravenclaw character in order to interact with this portrait that's right here. Once you've interacted with that, it's going to reveal a Defendo wall, so you don't need a Ravenclaw character for this. But now that we have the Defendo Claw available, we can use our Defendo spell on that in order to cut out the pieces we need to build a key, and when we build that key, we can unlock this large door that's in the back right of the Hogwarts library, inside of which is our next character token, and also in this same room is our next red brick sitting right here for you to grab. You can't miss it, so go ahead and pick that up. And now we need to pick that up and take that all the way to the owl that is in the entrance of the library, and once you do, obviously the owl will fly away and unlock that red brick for you.
Huh?
Alright, so we're going to head back into the main lobby. Now we're going to be heading to the grand staircase. So head back down the stairway, and then from the main lobby, we're going to head to the right-hand side on the first floor. So all the way to the right, and that's going to lead us into the grand staircase. As soon as you get into the grand staircase, immediately to your left is a chest that has a red lock on it. You can shoot that red lock with Defendo, and subsequently shoot the chest with any spell, which will save our next student in peril. So the next golden brick and the next character token are in the same place, and you likely got these as part of your normal playthrough. I kind of waited, but as you progress through year 6, you have to destroy this red wall in order to progress past year 6, and these are right here for you to grab. But if you didn't, the golden brick and the next character token are right behind that Defendo wall that you used to build that that bell right there in year 6. So after you've grabbed that, now we're going to continue up the grand staircase. So you're going to have to walk up a couple flights. You're going to have to interact with these up here in order to shift the staircase. But as you're getting to the top where the entrance of Dumbledore's office is, you'll see a pillar to the left and the right that are kind of housing this bowl that can be lit if you just shoot it with any spell. So shoot the one on the right hand side, and then once the fire is lit, use Augmenti to put it out, and when you put it out, your next character token will spawn. And the same thing works on the left. Our next character token, you can do the same exact thing on the pillar to the left. Simply shoot it and then use Augmenti on the fire to put it out and get your next character token. After you've grabbed that, we're going to kind of continue up the staircase. We're going to go up to this book cabinet that's up here, so you can interact with that with Hermione. Simply use the book cabinet and you will get your next character token. Alright, from the bookcase, we're just going to keep progressing up the staircase all the way to the top, and if you jump over the ledge, there are some bouncy spider webs that you can use to jump over and grab your next character token. So once you've unlocked that character token, that is all of the collectibles in the grand staircase area, we're going to head back down the staircase a little bit, all the way to get into the dorm area of Hogwarts. So you're going to go back down and shift the staircase back down all the way to the small entrance that's past the Defendo wall. So we're going to go inside this entrance, and that's going to bring us to the dorm hallway. And the first thing we're going to do is head to the left hand side. We're going to save our next student in peril by interacting with this parcel tongue door. Again, you need to use a character that has parcel tongue like Harry, so you should have somebody. Simply use that cabinet and you will free your next student in peril. Now we're going to grab our next character token, so we need to get a character that has dark magic, and we're going to use dark magic on the snake head that is above the Slytherin dorm entrance. When you break that, now some pieces will spawn that will allow you to build a pink base plate, so we need to switch to Hermione, and we'll use that pink base plate in order to create a ram that will then subsequently be able to use Wingardium Leviosa and destroy the door leading into the Slytherin dorm rooms, and also the next character token will be right in that doorway for you to pick up. The next thing that we're going to get is another character token, so we're going to head just to the left side of the entrance to the Hufflepuff dorm. So head all the way to the right. You'll find a book cabinet right here, so go ahead and interact with that book cabinet and the token will spawn for you to pick up. Next up is our next golden brick, and there are 8 banners that we need to unravel in the dorm hallway in order to make the gold brick spawn. The first one is all the way to the right, so just to the right of the Ravenclaw entrance, so that banner, and you just need to shoot these and then they'll unravel. The second one is above the Hufflepuff dorm entrance. You're going to have 2 above the entrance to the Gryffindor kind of smaller hallway here, and then if you go into that smaller hallway that leads to the Gryffindor dorm rooms, there are 2 more banners on the left and right. So there are 4 Gryffindor banners that you need to interact with. And then all the way to the left hand side, just to the left and right of the Slytherin dorm entrance, is our 7th and 8th banner that you can shoot. And once you've shot all 3 of those, the golden brick will spawn in the smaller little hallway that's leading into the Gryffindor dorm room. So go ahead and pick that up. And also in this hallway is our next character token. You're going to see pieces on the ground that can be used to rebuild some silver statues. So obviously use Wingardium Leviosa on those to build those on these 2 pillars on the left hand and the right hand side of the room. And now after you've done that, you can use your Reducto to destroy your newly built statues. And as you destroy both of them, the character token will spawn here for you to pick up. Alright, so now we're going to head into the Slytherin dorm room, so the door that we busted down with the ram just a bit ago. So head into the Slytherin dorm, and once you get into the Slytherin kind of common area, we're going to get our next character token. On the left hand side is a small container that we can fill up with water with Augmenti, and that's going to kind of spawn this small little pressure plate that we can step on, and it will now kind of break the pieces on the right hand side of the snake head, and it will spawn the character token for you to pick up. In this same room, you'll see the parcel tongue kind of gate right here on the bottom that we can interact with a parcel tongue character. Simply do that and that will open the gate for us, and inside will be our next character token to pick up. Alright, so we're going to head back out into that dorm hallway, and now we're going to head into the Gryffindor common room. So head up that small little hallway that's leading into the Gryffindor area of the dorm rooms, and now you're in the Gryffindor common room. And the first thing that we're going to be grabbing in here is our next character token. Just head in, and on the left hand side you're going to see a small bookcase right here, and simply shooting that is going to allow some books to come out, and now you can use Wingardium Leviosa. You don't have to use dark magic here, just any spell, and it's going to build a small staircase mount out of books that you can now jump up on and get on top of the bookcase to grab that character token. All right, from that bookcase, just head to the right. You're looking for this small kind of purple dart that's on the ground. You don't need to use dark magic here. Just anybody that has Wingardium Leviosa to charge it up and shoot it at this picture of Malfoy on the right, which will also spawn your next character token. The next character token I've already actually grabbed in this area. This picture frame right here will actually be turned around, and you're going to need to turn it around with Wingardium Leviosa and then shoot the person that's in the picture, and the character token that will then come out for you to pick up right here. Okay, so it'll come right out of that portrait. So next up is our student in peril. So we're going to need our Augmenti spell. If you head to the fireplace, you'll see the student that is kind of trapped behind the fire. So just use your Augmenti to put out all these small little pieces of fire. When all of them are out, he will come out and be thankful you freed him from the flame. Alright, so now we're going to need to switch to Ron because we're going to need to use Deluminator. So we're going to grab the light that's right to the right of the fireplace. So you can see it right there. So use Deluminator on that. And now we're going to head to the left-hand side. And it's hard to see, but I'm actually giving it to the guys in the picture. So you're going to give it to the guys in the picture. And as a thanks, they are going to give you your next character token. Alright, so after you've grabbed that, now we're going to head into the Gryffindor bedroom. So just continue to the left-hand side and you're going to be in the Gryffindor bedroom. And what we're doing here is you can see this small kind of structure in the middle of the room, which has a metal lid that looks like it can be shot with Reducto, right? So what you actually have to do is search for the Lego pieces that are around the room. So I don't know exactly where they are because some you got to jump on beds and destroy the beds. Others, so right there, some pieces are available. Some are behind these kind of banners that need to unroll. So what I just do is just destroy everything in the room, and eventually you will find pieces that will be allowing you to use Wingardium Leviosa on it, so you know, okay, those are the pieces that I need. So there's two sets. So one I just put on, the second one right here, and it's going to put wings on this rocket that's in the middle. And once you've put those on, now we're going to switch to our Reducto spell and shoot the lid. And when we shoot the lid, some more pieces are going to kind of fall out of the middle, and you can use Wingardium Leviosa on that to put it on the top. It will shoot off, and the golden brick will be right here in the middle for you to pick up. Alright, so let's head back out into the dorm hallway. Now we're going to be heading into the Hufflepuff common room. You do need to use a character that has dark magic in order to break the lock on the door leading into the Hufflepuff common room. So once you do get in here, now just to your left is a flower bed. You don't have to use dark magic on this. You can use just any spell. Simply shoot the flower bed. It'll spawn some flowers and a beautiful wreath, and eventually the character token will also spawn for you to pick up. After you've picked up that, we're going to grab Neville and his tank top, the character token everybody wanted. So just to the right of the screen is a chest that has a lock that you can break with Reducto. Once you break that with Reducto, simply shoot the chest and the character token will spawn right there for you to pick up. So now we're going to finish off in there. Now we're going to head to the Ravenclaw common room. So we finished off that. We're going to head to the right. So in order to get into the Ravenclaw common room, you're going to have to put out all the small little fires that are on this pillar to the right hand side. And then when you do, the kind of bird or raven will come down on the pedestal. You need to use Wingardium Leviosa to fix the one on the left. And then you can go through there. And as soon as you go through, you'll be in the Ravenclaw common room. And on the left hand side is some vines that you can interact with dark magic, and when you break that, you'll free your student in peril. Also, in the same area where we saved our student in peril, you're actually going to have to walk in there, so you can't see it, but just simply go in where we broke all those vines and you'll pick up your next character token. Alright, so progressing to the right in this Ravenclaw common area, you're going to be going up the stairs. You're going to see all these blue kind of coverings on the tower here. You need to use Reducto to shoot these silver bars on all the coverings. When you uncover all three of them, Moaning Myrtle will be right here in the stairway for you to pick up. Continuing up the stairs all the way to the end, you're going to find a Spectrospecs dispenser, so go ahead and interact with that, and then continue all the way up to the top, and you'll find some invisible pieces that you're going to be able to build a kind of door knocker that you'll place on the door, and then simply use Wingardium Leviosa, or I think it automatically goes, and it will open the door and also spawn your next character token. Alright, so we finished the dorm area, so head all the way back to the grand staircase and head all the way to the bottom and back into the main lobby. Once we are in the main lobby, now we're going to head all the way to the left hand side, go through this doorway, and this is going to lead us into the main classroom lobby. This is how we're going to get to a lot of the classrooms, is from here. So the first thing that I already have, you can see the guy in the middle, I've already collected the golden brick, is because whenever you open the potions classroom, and you're going to be doing this as you play the game, which is this gate right here, when you open that, it automatically spawns this brick in the middle of the area where I'm at now. So you'll likely have already picked that up, but if you didn't, it might be right there. The next thing we're going to grab is our student apparel. So on the floor level of the main classroom lobby on the right hand side is a cabinet that we can use with Reducto to break the lock and subsequently free that student apparel. Still in this main classroom lobby area, now we're going to head to the second floor of the right hand side. So just go up this small little stairwell here and head around the walkway, and as you go around you're going to find a chest set that you can use Wingardium Leviosa. This does not have to be dark magic, and a small chess game is going to play out, and when it's over, the character token will spawn right above the chess set for you to pick up. Alright, so now we're going to start heading into some of the classrooms. So from this main lobby area, we're going to head all the way to the left hand side. So all the way to the left, you're going to go through this archway, and it's going to bring us into the Charms classroom kind of small hallway. Then we can go to the left and right Charms room, but in this hallway is a statue on the wall as well as a sword that you can give to the statue, similar to earlier. You can give this bigger sword to the statue. He's going to be pretty happy about that and reward you with your next character token. Alright, so after we've got that, we're going to head into the right Charms room. So we're going to go into the right classroom. So through that doorway, so you can see here we are. The first golden brick you're going to get during you playing the story, when you finish the Defendo lesson, you will get it automatically. So you're going to have it unlocked in here. So that's the golden brick that's unlocked in this classroom. So now we're going to head to the left hand side. You're going to see a vacuum cleaner that is red. So you just need to shoot that vacuum cleaner several times with your Defendo spell until it is completely destroyed. When the vacuum cleaner is completely destroyed, the character token will spawn here for you to pick up. For our next student apparel, we need to head to the second floor of this area. So you've built this kind of stuff when you were doing your Defendo lesson, but when you come up to the second floor, there are some small banners that you can shoot that will have them fall off the wall and allow you to stand on them. Just above the middle one is also a rolled up Slytherin banner, so use those platforms to then get here and shoot the Slytherin banner to free that student apparel. After you've freed that student apparel, let's hop back down to the first level, and on the right hand side of the room is a Spectrospecs dispenser. So let's go ahead and pick those Spectrospecs up, and as you go towards the teacher, you'll see some invisible Legos that you can now build the podium that he has been waiting for in order to teach his students. There'll be a small little scene here, but after this scene, the character token will spawn right on the floor for you to pick up. Alright, we're going to get our last character token in this room. We're going to head back up to the second floor and all the way back to that aquarium that looks like it needs some water. So you can shoot your Augmenti spell into that and it will fill up. And then after that, a small piece will be on the ground that you can pick up with Wingardium Leviosa, and the fish will now show you he can jump up, and for that, he will reward you with your next character token. Alright, so we finished up in this Charms classroom on the right. Now we're going to go to the one on the left. So hop out of that room and head all the way to the left, and we're going to be in the left Charms classroom. And when we come in here, the first thing that we're going to do is head to the back of the room. On the right hand side, there's going to be a small statue, and if you shoot him, he's going to give you some, Lego studs out of his hat. But if you shoot him 3 times, he will eventually disappear and give you your next character token. On the left side of this room is our next student in peril. He's going to be trapped by a lot of fire, so he'll be sitting there. So you just need to, use your Augmenti spell in order to put out all those little fires that are in front of him. And as soon as you put all of them out, you will save your next student in peril. From that student apparel, we're going to get our next golden brick. Just head to the right hand side in between these student desks. Just walk over there, and in between the desks you'll just pick up your golden brick right here. So you don't need to do anything, just walk right here and pick it up. From that golden brick, now we're going to get our next character token. So we're going to have to go up to these stairs in this room. So go ahead and hop up there, and we're going to use Ron because we need to use his Deluminator spell in order to grab the light that is above the portrait right as you get up here. So go ahead and grab that light, and now we're going to head to the right hand side. You'll see another small little lamp up there that you can add the light to, which will make the vines go away and drop the helmet to this nightstand over here to the right. Now we can pick up that helmet with Wingardium Leviosa, place it on the knight, who's ecstatic that he's got his head back, and now that he has his head, he can give you your next character token. Alright, so let's head back out to the classroom main lobby, and from the classroom main lobby we're going to go to the second floor of the left hand side. So we're going to go up the stairs and through this door into the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom. As soon as you get into this classroom, head to your left. There's going to be a lock that you can break with dark magic on this skeleton horse. Once you break that lock with dark magic, now you can shoot the horse 2 times and it will buck and break the cabinet that is behind it, revealing the red brick that you can now give to this owl, who will unlock it for you at the Leaky Cauldron. Still with our dark magic character, we're going to head all the way to the back of the room. You'll see a chest that is red and black you can use your dark magic on. It's going to spill out some Lego pieces, but also after it spills out the 3 pieces, it will explode, and where the chest was will be our next character token. After getting that character token, now we just need to use Wingardium Leviosa on all the pieces that were spilled out of the chest that we just broke with dark magic. So you're going to have these 3 pieces that you can now connect to the unfinished dinosaur or whatever this is, or dragon, I think, standing right in this room. So once you finish building it, it will then puke out the character token for you to pick up. After we've gotten that, now just head all the way to the bottom of the room, kind of towards the screen, and you're going to see a student apparel who's just hanging on this stairwell. He can't just fall, he actually needs to be shot to fall. So shoot him and you will subsequently free that student apparel. Also underneath that same little staircase is a golden brick. You can't see it. It's right beside the student apparel that we just saved. So kind of just walk over here, walk around the underneath the kind of staircase until you get the indication that you've unlocked the golden brick. So that's it for the Defense Against the Dark Arts room. We've grabbed everything here, so let's head back out into the main classroom lobby. So once we're back out here, now we're going to head to the potion classroom, which is in the center of the bottom floor. It's a large gate here. Again, you'll have opened this earlier in the story, but now that you have, just head into the potions classroom. The first thing that we're going to get is a golden brick, so you can actually see by this character. I've already unlocked it. This one's really easy. You can't miss it. It's on the left-hand side, right underneath this kind of window arch. So once you've unlocked that, now we're ready to get our next thing, which is a character token. There are 4 frogs that we need to free by shooting the containers that they are within. So the first one's up on that front left table. You can see another one right here on the front right table, and there's one on the middle right table. You can see it right here beside me. Again, you just got to shoot these with any spell. And the 4th and final one is on the back right table. So once you shoot all 4 of those, you'll get your next character token. From that character token, we're going to get our next student apparel. Just continue to the right side of the screen. You'll see him stuck up in this web, this spider web up here. So just shoot him and you'll free that student apparel. Alright, so that's everything in the potions classroom. So now we're back out into the main classroom lobby. So from here, we're going to head to the right hand side. You're going to see a Defendo wall that you're going to need to interact with if you haven't already done so in order to keep progressing to the right. So just use Defendo on that. That's going to allow you to build a statue who will then blow up this doorway and allow you to go out into the class courtyard. So this is what I'm going to be calling the class courtyard. So the first thing that we're going to be grabbing out here is our next red brick for invincibility. If you look just to the left where we come out, there's a small brown plant that you can use Augmention, and that is going to spawn a plant that you're going to have to shoot several times. We're going to speed this up, but you got to shoot this plant. It takes a beating up until the point where it will eventually break, and when it breaks, the red brick will spawn right here for you to pick up, and the owl that you need to give it to is going to be on the right hand side of the courtyard. So go ahead and give that to him, and that will unlock the red brick in the leaky cauldron for you to be able to grab. So our next thing is our character token. There's 3 hanging flower pots that we need to put flowers on and then shoot. So 2 of them are to the left and right of the door that we came out of. So you need to use Wingardium Leviosa to put the flowers on there, and then again you need to shoot it. So you see I'm not getting the 1 and 2 of 3 until I shoot the flower pot. So the third one is to the right, and that's just to the left of this door here. Again, use Wingardium Leviosa to build the flowers on the flower pot, and then we are going to again shoot the flower pot, and that'll be 3 of 3, giving us our next character token. Alright, so let's head to the left-hand side of this courtyard, and we're going to grab some Spectro Specs out of the Spectro dispenser here. So go ahead and pick those up, and once we have those up, now we're going to be able to see the invisible Lego pieces that are in the middle of the courtyard. So just build those with Wingardium Leviosa, and it's going to open up this plant, and it's going to allow us to shoot up and not only grab the golden brick, but also grab our next character token. Both of those will be floating there for you to pick up. Now that we've grabbed that, we can grab our next student in peril. You can see him up there in the front of the screen. He's kind of locked behind some mud. He needs some help with some water, so use your Augmenti to kind of clean all that mud off of him, and he'll be able to get off the wall, and you will save that student in peril. Alright, so now we're going to be heading into the Astronomy Tower to get our next set of collectibles. In order to do that, we're going to need to use Hermione on this pink base plate right here. And once you use her, she's going to throw out some pieces that you can use in order to put it on this door and open it. And now you can go through and be in the Astronomy Tower. Once we get up here, the very first thing we're going to do is get our next character token on the left side. Just shoot this telescope with any spell, and it will spin around and reveal the token for you to pick up. Just in front of that telescope that we just shot is a globe, a red globe, so you need to shoot that with your Defendo spell. Once you shoot that, it will blow up, revealing your next character token. Now we're going to get our next red brick. For that, we're going to have to interact with 5 of these pillars with dark magic. So you need to use a dark magic character. The first one's right there on the left. There are going to be 3 on the right side of this kind of balcony. So 1 beside the bookcase, 2nd right here, and the 3rd over here. And the 5th and final one is right actually where we came into the Astronomy Tower. So use dark magic on all of those, and then it's going to spawn the red brick right here in the middle. So pick that up and take that to the owl on the left hand side in order to unlock fast magic. Next up is a character token. We're going to switch to a key character. You probably saw this vault right here when you walked into this room. So use a key character to open that up. That's going to spawn some pieces that we can use Wingardium Leviosa on, and that's going to build a lamppost. You actually need to use Wingardium twice. So I walked over here and I was like, wait a minute. You actually need to use Wingardium on both sets of Lego pieces up here. So when you use it on both of them, then you will build a lamppost. Now we need to switch to Ron and use our Deluminator spell to take the light from that lamppost and take it over to the characters that are in the portrait in the back left of the screen. So you can see him right here. So we're going to give him the light. He's going to be a little bit frightened about some wizards behind him, but he's going to throw us the character token nonetheless for us to pick up right here. For our next character token, we need to use a character that can interact with bookcases, so Hermione is always perfect for the job. So use her to interact with this book cabinet, and when she does, you will just enter the same code that it gave you, and out will come our next character token. For our next student in peril, we need to switch to a character that has the Parseltongue ability, so Harry's going to be the man to do the job, and we're going to go all the way to the back of the Astronomy Tower. You're going to see a Parseltongue kind of cabinet on the wall here, so interact with that with Harry, and when you do, it's going to open this kind of floor hatch right here beside us, saving the next student in peril. All right, so we finished up in the Astronomy Tower, so now we're going to head back out. So we're going to head out to that class kind of courtyard, head back down the stairs, and now we're going to head into the Divination classroom, which is on the northern side of this little courtyard. So head up that gate, and you're going to head into the Divination classroom. The first thing that we're going to do in this room is grab our red brick, and what we need to do is we need to use Wingardium Leviosa to place a lid on this box here. And when you do that, it will then allow you to kind of use it as a springboard to launch you up onto the top of the stairs where a Spectre Specs dispenser is. So now we can grab those. Now we can hop back over the stairwell balcony and go to the left side of the room where you're going to see some invisible Lego pieces. So go ahead and use your Wingardium Leviosa to build that, and you're going to see a small little globe on the table. Now you can shoot that, make the red brick bigger, and pick it up and take it to the owl, who will now unlock it for you at the Leaky Cauldron. Just behind that little box that we built that springboarded us up is our next golden brick. So just kind of jump back there and move around until you unlock it. Now we're going to get our next character token. Head to the left hand side and you're going to find a water cooler up here where you can use Augmenti on it in order to fill it up and also spew out our next character token. Just to the left of that water cooler, you should see a large stack of cups. You just need to shoot that with any spell in order to make them blow up and save our next student in peril, who was hidden very nicely behind those cups. After we've rescued that student in peril, now head to the right side of the room. You should see 3 large cups that are just hanging up on the wall here. You just need to shoot all of those in order to now have pieces that are on the ground in order to build a much larger cup on this white little, I guess coffee plate. And as soon as you do, the cup will just immediately disappear and the character token will be right here for you to pick up. So that's everything in the Divination classroom. So now we're heading back to the main lobby. So from the classroom lobby, head to the left, go in this door, and remember this is going to put us back into the main lobby. Once we get in here, we're going to head to the bottom entrance in the center, and that's going to lead us to the Great Hall Common area. So this is the area that's just outside of the Great Hall. So here we are. The first thing that we're going to grab is our character token just in the back right of the room, right behind the statue. You don't need to do anything special. Just simply walk back there, interact, or just walk into the character token to unlock it. All right, next up is another golden brick. So if you go to the left, you're going to use focus above Filch's head on that little cloud, and it's going to say, it's going to let you know that he's looking for a broom. And where that broom is, if you go kind of towards the screen, towards the balcony on the left-hand side, you'll see a small kind of thing, I guess, of janitorial items that you can destroy, and it will leave the broom for you to pick up, and you can take that to him. He's going to be very happy that you brought him the broom, and he's going to reward you with your next golden brick. Alright, so now we need to switch to a Weasley character, and if we go to the left hand side of the room, you should see a Weasley's box right here. So interact with that with a Ron or with any Weasley character you want to get your sticky trainers, and now you can use those to climb up this wall here, and you'll find a chest with a lock that needs to be shot with Reducto. So simply shoot that chest, and then again shoot the chest, and you will get your next character token. For our next red brick, we need to switch to a character that has the dark magic ability, and we're going to head to the right hand side of the Great Hall Common Room area, and on the right hand side you're going to see a chest that you can use dark magic on. You're going to have to use dark magic on it, and then it will spawn a lot of pieces on the ground that you can build into a car. The car will then automatically drive around the room. It will reveal some Lego studs, but it will also spawn the red brick that you can pick up. So go ahead and grab that, and now we're going to take that over to the owl on the right hand side, and he'll fly away, and now you'll have the Hogwarts crest detector available to purchase at the Leaky Cauldron. just above the cabinet, you can see that student in peril that's kind of wrapped up in vines. In order to save that student in peril, we need to switch to Ron and use his Deluminator ability on the lamp that's to the left-hand side of the entrance into the Great Hall. So go ahead and walk over there, grab that light, and now we're going to head back to the cabinet that we used dark magic on, and you'll be able to put the light up on the lamp that's up on the wall above it, and then the vines will go away and the student in peril will be rescued. Alright, so now we're going to head into the Great Hall itself. So we finished everything in this kind of commons area. So head up into the Great Hall, and as soon as you kind of walk into this area, the first thing that we're going to be grabbing is our next red brick. So on the right hand side of the room, you should see a cabinet that you can use dark magic on. You're actually going to have to use dark magic on it twice. So use it once and then use it again. And after you use it the second time, the red brick will be right here for you to pick up. And now you just need to carry this up to the owl that's at the front right of the Great Hall room. So carry it all the way up there and give it to the owl in order to unlock the character stud's red brick. From the owl, just head to the right, and kind of on this long table right in front of the fireplace, you'll see a small kind of plate that stands out from the rest because it's got nice bright fruit in it. You just need to shoot that plate with any spell, and when you shoot it, your next character token will spawn. In the Great Hall, you can't really miss the 3 giant golden platters that are on the tables. You just need to shoot those again with any spell. There's one on the right table, one on the second from the right, and one on the left-hand table. So simply use Wingardium Leviosa on all of those, and that will spawn your golden brick in the last one that you open. For our next character token, we're going to need a book character that can interact with the bookcases. So obviously we're going to get Hermione. So use the bookcase that's just to the right of the entrance into the Great Hall. So interact with that, and once you input the right code, the bookcase will then spill out 3 candles that will be floating above you. So they're going to be coming out right here, and once those are above you, now you just need to shoot those with any spell, Wingardium Leviosa, whatever you want to use. I'm using Reducto, but it doesn't matter. So simply shoot those candles, and when you destroy all 3, your next character token will spawn right here for you to pick up. Our next student in peril is also in this room, so we're going to head all the way back to the teacher's table that's on the back of the Great Hall. You'll see a large silver platter that you can shoot with Reducto. When you shoot that with Reducto, the student in peril will also be rescued. You also see the character token that I shot simultaneously, so it's on the Slytherin banner. If you unravel the Slytherin banner that is behind the teacher's desk, you will also spawn the next character token right there for you to pick up. Alright, so head back out into the kind of Great Hall common room, and this time we're going to head to the left. And all the way to the left, we're going to go inside this archway, and that's going to lead us to the kind of room of requirement hallway. And we're going to grab a lot of things in this hallway, the first of which is a character token. We're going to get this by interacting with the feather that's on the hat of this statue, which will make it explode and give you the character token. Keep going up this hallway, you're going to see another statue on the right. Simply hit that statue 3 times to completely break it, and when you completely break it, the character token will spawn for you to pick up. For our next character token, we need to use Wingardium Leviosa on these 4 kind of hanging kind of dishes. I don't really know what these are. But you need to use Wingardium Leviosa to kind of make them just swing side to side. There's 2 on the left hallway, so just use Wingardium Leviosa on both of those, and then make your way to the right side of this hallway, and you're going to find 2 more. So use Wingardium Leviosa on all 4 of those, and when you use it on the 4th one, the character token will spawn on the ground for you to pick up. Well, I guess it kind of spawned in the air. Nonetheless, on the right side of the hallway, after we've picked up that, on the back of the room, you'll find a book cabinet. So we need to use a bookcase character like Hermione in order to interact with that. So go ahead and do that, and when you put in the right code, it will spit out the character token for you. For our next character token, we need to light the 4 unlit torch stands that are in this kind of hallway. The first one is just to the left of the bookcase that we just interacted with. Now for these, you just need to shoot them again with any spell. So we shot that. The second torch stand is right here again on the right hallway, just beside this spider web. So shoot that, and now that'll be lit. The second 2 are going to be on the left hallway. The first one is just going to be right beside the student in peril that's caught in the cobweb. We'll grab him in a second. So go ahead and shoot that. And our fourth and final one is in the back of the left hallway, just behind this treasure chest that needs to be unlocked with dark magic. We'll get to that in a minute as well. So once you interact with the 4th torch, the character token will spawn right here for you to pick up. So now let's go ahead and grab that student in peril that we saw that was trapped by the spider webs on the left side of the hallway. Just simply shoot that spider web and you will free that student in peril. After we freed him, we're going to switch to a character that has a dark magic ability, and we can use our dark magic on that chest that's in the back of the left hallway. So we're going to use dark magic on that to make it open up and reveal our next golden brick. For our next red brick, we're going to have to destroy this statue that's right here in the left hallway. So you're going to have this silver statue that can be destroyed with Reducto at the back of the left hallway. So go ahead and destroy that and pick up our red brick, which is a great stud magnet, one of the best red bricks in the game, and take that over to the owl who is on the right side of this hallway. And when you give that to him, he will fly away, and you will now be able to purchase stud magnet in the leaky cauldron, which I recommend you do as soon as possible. Alright, so we've got everything in this area. Let's head back to the kind of Great Hall Common area. This time we're going to head to the right hand side. So go back here and head through this doorway out to the right, and that's going to lead us out into the courtyard. The very first thing that we're going to be grabbing out in the courtyard is our next character token, Charlie Weasley. And for that, we can head to the right a little bit, and you're going to find a Weasley box right here, kind of in this little alcove. Interact with that with a Weasley character to get our sticky trainers. We're going to use these sticky trainers for our next 3 collectibles. The first one is all the way back to the left. Simply climb up this wall with our sticky trainers in order to get that character token. Once we've grabbed that, we're going to get our next student in peril. So head back down, and if you go to the right, you'll see this kind of, it looks like this awning, and just below it is a kind of portion of wall that's shiny. You can break that with Reducto, which will give us some pieces that we can use Wingardium Leviosa and fix this climbable wall right here. Now that we've fixed that, head up with our sticky trainers, and now we can shoot this kind of crest banner right here, and it will unravel and save the student in peril who's been wrapped up inside. Now we're going to get our next golden brick. So I've already actually got this one, but I'll show you how this is an easy one to get. If you head to the right side of the courtyard, and you can see above the guy's head that I just passed that I've already unlocked this golden brick. So here he is right here. This goes, see, I've already unlocked the golden brick, but again, I'll show you where it is. So you need the sticky trainers. Just head all the way to the right side of the courtyard, and there is a wall, a climbable wall, but one character is going to have to use Wingardium Leviosa in order to pick the wall up, and then you can subsequently climb it with your Weasley character, and the golden brick will be right here on this roof. So now we're going to get our red brick. For the red brick, we do need a character that has dark magic. So now if you get him and you head to the entrance that's right in front of us, you can see this large kind of entranceway. Head to the left. This one's kind of hard to see, but right here is a small cabinet that you can interact with dark magic. So use dark magic on that. It's going to give you your red brick, and we can bring that red brick to the bottom right where our owl is, who will fly it away and unlock super strength for us. Just to the left of that owl location is our next character token. So you can see a small fountain here, and there's a small kind of water-like thing you can fill up with Augmenti, which will shoot the character token right out of the water fountain for you to pick up. Our next character token is going to require us to do quite a bit of things. If you go to the kind of central portion of this courtyard, you'll see a yellow, blue, red, and green Lego plate. the right 3 are missing the shield, where the left one has the Hufflepuff shield. So we need to get all those shields. The first one is the Slytherin, which you can find right here beside the wall. Just unravel that Slytherin banner and you'll get that shield. The next one, you're going to have to get a character that has a digging ability. You got to destroy all these plants right here, and then you're going to be able to dig up the Gryffindor shield from this dig spot. So dig that up, and now you can go ahead and place it up there, and now we've got 3 of 4 shields that are in the wall. The fourth and final one is the Ravenclaw. If you go to the right side, you'll see it's being held by some vines here in the corner of this courtyard. So use your Luma Solum in order to free that shield, and now take that all the way back down to the structure, put it in, and now that you've placed all 3, the 4 are complete, and you'll unlock your character token. So now we're going to head to the final area of our Hogwarts and Hogsmeade kind of hub collectible guide. This is the last room. We're going to call this the storage room. So from the courtyard, head to the right and go back, and you'll be in this storage room with a bunch of junk. As soon as you come in here on the right hand side, you just need to hit the gray doored cabinet with any spell, and it will spew out our next character token. Also, right beside that is a next student in peril. You need to get a character that has dark magic, use it on that black and red cabinet, and once you do, you will free your last student in peril of this portion of the collectibles. And for our final collectible of the Hogwarts and Hogsmeade section is going to be our final character token. In the left side of this room, all the way in the back, you should see a book cabinet. So get a character that has the book ability that you can use. As always, we're using Hermione. Simply input that code and it will spit out our final character token, and that's going to be all of the collectibles, all of the character tokens, students in perils, red bricks and gold bricks, everything, in order to get our 100% guide completely done. So the Hogwarts and Hogsmeade section is done. All we have is kind of the London areas, Diagon, Nocturne Alley, as well as the Wilderness area. So we're going to do all those in the next video. I hope you guys found it helpful as always, and hopefully I'll see you around.